that might work actually. Sorry, I pressed my button, but it didn't. It still has a sort of a focus. Yeah, right. Yeah, always start over here. Normally have the engine started, but I just wanted to check my recording was working. I do believe we have. Yeah, we've got the. Yeah, we're gonna go crack straight on with this. It is September. We're gonna get all of the work done. But as I have with all of the others, really, I'm gonna do this in the most good way for us, if you know what I mean. Right, so let's get cracking. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a struggle. Yeah, I'm going to go straight into a time lapse, so we will have a good chat after I've done this. Let's just get this last cut of the year done and get it all baled and windrowed, and yeah, I'm also going to the one thing that is important that I didn't do the first year is we will also wrap them this straight away now as well. I think we need to repair the baler. We didn't have we didn't have any cash last month, but we have now. So let's get cracking. Yeah. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. done. Yeah, fantastic. It's not. It isn't too slow. I think there was one of these in FS22, and I never did. Did I try it once? That was slow, or I don't mean to go whale. I mean there was another brand. Yeah. So that is that done. Remind myself of what is in the sales today. Oh, that's right. Oh, the other crone. Yeah. Talk about. It's typical, isn't it? That's just exactly what I was saying. You don't get one drop. Sorry about the pause. Yeah, you don't get one drop, and then all of a sudden you get like 2 or 3, and you do sometimes get total repetitions. I've seen so many Samhouses on others, the mowers, that it's unbelievable. So September, we want to go to 9 o'clock again. Trying to think. No, we're just waiting for them to go off. That's it. Have we already got a set on the trailer? And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't. I'm going to say, even if we have, I didn't notice. I've really got one of those single-minded focuses that is terrible. No, we haven't. It's empty. Thank goodness for that. I would have thought I'd have noticed it out the corner of my eye, but yeah, this is me. Definitely. Right, so October, that's 33-ish. That's 66%. And this should be it. Ish. It really should be sort of exact, because I think we were, I don't know if we were further far forward in time, in which case it'll be a couple of percentage short. But we shall rectify it. Yeah, we can. Should have done what I did last time. That wasn't a bad idea, where you actually check. Oh, that would be a coup, wouldn't it? You know, we've always said this, that if you're close to something like that and you are going to earn some cash, we will do it. So do you know something? We really will. That's a real coup, isn't it? Let's be honest. And that's why I'd say I like to wait for the sales, really. So like, where is finances now? Is it? Oh, it is. It is here still in finances. I have actually done a loan. Oh, okay. It was just being slow. Oh, great. Right, okay. Yes, we do definitely want to purchase that for that stupendously amazing price. Did we send these? Yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember doing it now. Right, so these should. Oh, typically it's going to snow. Typical. 99%. Right, by the time we've actually got these onto the trailer, let's grab the. I don't want it to look like it's just the Deutsch show. That's not fair. Right, let's grab you from the shop. And let's do. Yeah, I like these. They're mini time lapses. Although the last session was a long, real. Oh, did I miss? No, that's one of those 3 or 4 that's put on the side of the field deliberately, so as you ignore them. Right, a bit of light, I think. Yeah, it's a nice tractor. This is. They're both. They're not a Fendt or a New Holland or a Massey. That was the manufacturer I was trying to think of. That's super duper for like steering. They are goods. I'm not trying to say you what. They're very reasonably priced tractors. They're in that, and for that you can't really judge them with a very high end. I'll say expensive, and what I mean is expensive in relation to the cost of themselves. Yeah, you can't call something expensive. Right, have we lowered that down? Do I need it in the lowered state, or is it better without? I'm not sure. Right, anyway, let's get this done, because hopefully by the time we've got them done, they'll literally have, well, we'll check before we go. I'm not like not taking right this time. Let's start at the front. You may just, yeah, we've got space is now a premium. We really do need to get this spot on for like spacing. Yeah, like right against the board, the backboard. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this. For yeah, like for a tractor without a, it really is impressive. Ooh. No, it did it. Right, anyway, yeah, let's say my words. Let's get these on and let's get some cash. We know it's not going to be but let's be honest, we need to get rid of that loan. I hate the loans. Yeah, it reflects my real thing for finance. When I was a younger man, I got into trouble. We were talking about this to a colleague at work, and she was the same actually. When she was younger, she literally like spent on, and I was in the where the loan. It was almost expected in the 80s and that you'd got a loan. It wasn't really seen as or frowned upon. Banks and just pushed loans at you, and it didn't really matter whether you could or you couldn't afford it. I mean, they did some preliminary checks. There was a lot of hoo-ha about it in like later on in my years, and there were lots of claims for the banks mis-selling PPI and all that type of stuff, which is true. It really was. There was not many questions asked. It was really yeah, the banks saying yeah, you're fine with this. And yeah, I got into a huge amount of debts over my finances, and it taught me a very valuable lesson. I hate loans. I don't particularly care now. I save up for things, even cars if I want one. I don't mean there are situations where you've got no choice, and I would do that still again, and that's a different matter to like just living on finance as I did when I was younger. There is a time when it is I've got a mortgage, or actually I haven't got a mortgage anymore. I've just paid it off literally a week ago. But yes, I've had a mortgage, literally just been. Well, I am older, so yeah, it really is. I think a lot of people at my age would hope that they would have just about paid it off, and I have. It's a very nice place to be. But yeah, I've had a mortgage for many years and totally understand. And as I say, when I was younger, I've had loans, which is why I really do absolutely hate them now. Yeah, it's more the bad taste in my mouth of I think I'm just touching the edge of that bale. There's tight and there's tight. Yeah, these are not nice to do the pull down trick where you push the thing against the lip of the trailer and then pull backwards, and they work very well with it. I mean, really well. The Alberts I always find are a little bit not a bit temperamental, and I still stick to the ones that's probably a redone one from FS25, which means it's going to have exactly the same problems because it wasn't reworked as it had in FS25, which I always found they're a bit not quite right. This, on the other hand, is not the same. Yes, I would have this again, definitely. And I think they're about the same price as a front loader, so really that makes them very reasonable because it's everything in one. Something I've got to remember. Yeah, you're not paying another 2,000 or 1,700 for the actual forks because they're actually built in, which is a real not a bad thing at all. Right, release. Yeah, we should, if we're very good with the spacing, we should manage to get, maybe, I'm not sure we'll get to even with that tight spacing. And when I was said about this, I was thinking I'm quite close to the back anyway. That first time I did it, and I said that I think I could do better. I'm not sure I could, not really. Now, if we go to the one in the corner, we should then be partially ready to go for the same angle as those two over there. It's like playing pool, this is. You're getting your angles right. I thought I was doing a time lapse. Do it again, Anna. Oh, I am right. Anyway, yeah. Let's say my words. Yeah, it's unusual because I don't normally. It's weird, isn't it? Our skills become automatic. Although this is slightly different to normal. Getting your angles on that, it becomes like a probably of all skills that I've got in the game, this is the one that I've done the most, including FS19, because this was my start. And I still think, all things considered, even on hard economy, it probably is one of the best starts. I mean, we're earning 12,000 odd per year just through the bale wrapping. Our grass, it's not cost us anything in seeds, not after that initial year. We're literally home and dry, and it's costless for like seeding every year after that very first one. So there's no cost that we haven't even been fertilizing. So we really are down a bit on what we would get had we have done it with fertilizing, and we're still earning 12,000 a year. Now that sounds terrible, except for if you think about on most people play normal, that's 25,000, and it's one field. That's not bad. Obviously our generator is assisting, but not, it's only a little one. You do feel it after a few months, but and on those good months where it really is at its highest, but that's quite rare. Most of the time it's a couple of grand. It's still good, and this is what I've always thought about generators, that you really do need one, and a lot of farmers actually do it in real life, which does prove that I'm not talking nonsense, because I can. As I'm sure you're all aware. Right, let's do a flip around. Right, anyway, I still appear to be chatting, so yeah, let's say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I'm coming out the other time. I knew I needed to get that on. I really thought I should have got. It's bales are really strange. The plastic, it doesn't always play nicely. But is that bale actually caught? That one looks really like it's not been caught, but yeah, it has. Yeah, wow. So it is amazing. You think you're doing a good job with your bailing, and then like you look back and you think it's a little bit. Yeah, it's they do wrangle a bit though against each other. That it's not always that you did set them right. Sometimes it's that's how it ends up. Yeah, they do. I remember in FS19, for those who joined in FS22, the bales used to talk to one another. They literally used to like wrestle and jostle. Again, I've used that term demon possessed, and again, it's all like it's like as if they were possessed. And you could leave things if you left things strapped from one session to another, then you were in trouble. Right, let's indicate. No, it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, you literally, your bales or whatever you'd got strapped on, if you'd left it strapped between one session and the next, Mr. Steely used to do a few times, and he'd stack, and even stacking them sometimes, they'd like fling themselves around. You'd go back in and you'd actually shown on camera that you'd tightly done them really nicely, and then you'd come in and it looked like somebody had been in and thrown them all over the shed. It was really, yeah, trying times. That's why sometimes you have to remind yourself from where we've come to where we are now. I mean, yeah, I said it was a big shock to me that first session. This was the first where I'd done any kind of chopping of wood in FS25, and it was a shock because it was completely different. And as you do, you tend to like, ooh, like it's ooh, but it really. To be honest, when I thought back to that, I thought, well, hang on a minute, it's not really completely bad. Yeah, it's one of those things you think, well, we've had that issue there for 10 years, and Giants have sort of made an attempt to address it, so you like think, is that so bad? Right, let's get this loan paid off. Finances, no one to repay. Yeah, so it's 6,117. It's poor, but it's everything we've got is ours now. So we are completely under our own steam starting next year. Now that means that throughout this winter, which I'd like to try and burst through, that really, if we are very, very determined to not spend, I always say that though, and then you're thinking of the next thing, because we're not staying in grass. I thank you all for being patient enough and putting up with it now. We might have to do one more season because we got to. Well, hopefully over the winter we'll be able to find a thing. It's got to be fairly close to us, so we're limited, and a lot of them are. I think there's this one on the left, which, if while we're talking about such things, is 45 and 46. No, 45 comes with the farm. It's 46 and 47, I think. Oh, you can click on it on that one. So it does sort of allow you to do this. That one's 75,000. I think that one's slightly thinner and smaller. I'm sure it is. Oh, okay. Huh. That one's wider. And I suppose that one's longer. What about these two? I would say these are more. They're bigger. Chunky. 42 is probably... Ooh, 93. And 102. This one's... Yeah, and you'd expect it to be because it's got a lot of additional land. These are a bit further away, but they're not that far. Ooh. Well, they're not bad, are they? And I would say they're about as big as what we've got. What I used to do in that's not a bad little thing. I used to buy fields, and obviously we've got to plough it or cultivate it. Well, depends if it needs ploughing. We can get this subsoiler and rip that up, and it will remove the ploughed state, and then we can like have two fields. And what I used to do is when we were properly underway is you'd invest. There's no shilly-shallying around like we have done on this. Yeah, you've got to like bale wrap because you're then moving on to the next thing, but you're doing more and more, and you're doubling and tripling your output because you've got another field and another field, and you invest that year in as many fields as you possibly can. Now, I think max we'll do is probably 3 in that year, and then after that, what I used to do was I used to tear them up, and we would spend probably all the winter. I wasn't on hard economy though then. That's the one thing I'm going to say that really puts a cat amongst the pigeons. So it's a new game anyway, but it's a completely different way of doing things. So I've got to really see how hard economy affects that. We might only get 2 fields, so it means what I used to do, where I used to get 4 or 5 on normal, you might get 2 or 3 max in hard, which then means it sets you back for the year after, so you might have to do 2 years instead of 1. That might happen, but I am coming out of grass. It's on the cards. I do not expect you to watch me do this week in, week out of just grass, which is why I'm trying to do long sessions where we almost get through a year in one session, because I really do. I've always appreciated that fact that it's farming, but it's the same farming. It's not a field of canola and it's not a field of oats. It's not, you know what I mean? It's the same old every single time. So yeah, right, let's go through. I'm not going to faff around. I've got half an hour, which I don't mind actually chucking straight at this. We don't want that anymore. We want 9 o'clock. So we're out of debt. We've got a beautiful windrower, and it really is a gorgeous windrower. I've not had the merge max a lot. I've got to be honest. I've only had it probably 2 or 3 times in the entire thing. It is a very nice. I've used it on contracts a lot, but it is a beautiful thing. Certainly, another chance. Now that's good. We haven't got the money even if we wanted, but yeah. Oh, take 40%. So that really is quite an expensive one that we've got. Wow. Okay. January. So April is when we're aiming for. We'll stop in April. And I don't know. Looking at this, well, we don't know. You don't ever know what you're going to get. We've obviously cashed in on the bales. The grass is growing again, so we could hit it properly in March. Obviously, then you've got to go, really, this is the interesting thing. Now, do we sort of allow us to buy a field? Now, the other thing is we're going to have to plough it up. And also we're going to need either to buy a seeder or, so this is it. It's really, it's not going to be too much to buy a seeder, though. I mean, as in to lease one. Whereas, obviously, that is a beautiful thing for a planter. But, nothing we need or can afford on that page. Right, so March. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's like anything. You learn with this game. It teaches you to adapt. You have to. You never know how much you're going to earn on the. You don't know if it's going to be a good month on the generator or a bad month. So you just rolling with the blows. Really, it really is as simple as that. So March. Oh no. Not just yet. We could be missing the bestest thing that we've ever seen drop. Yeah, I mean, these are the things as well that we're going to need. But I think I'd go for the subsoil that is both a cultivator. To begin with, the 4 meter has always been my bestest friend in the game. So, right, well, last month, and we wanted to go to 8 o'clock now. Ready to get some serious hours done. Not that obviously we've got 1 field, so when I say that, it's good habits for when you've got more fields, you get that extra hour. I know it's ×1, but I've got to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure, because it is true, that analogy I used, or what I said about seeing a sugar beet harvest a few... Ooh. The dragon. Oh, we can afford it. Do we need it? That's true, we have. It is. Does it have bale? It does. It can be a bale trailer. And that costs us 25,340. But it's going to muck around with our plans. And as good as it is, now that would be nice if we could have afforded that. That's, again, it is. It's exactly what I said, and it is. I'm not a massive fan of 3 meters, but I would easily start. These are small fields we're dealing with, but I think we'll lease. I do. I think if we're not obviously going to buy the field, it's April, and this is where I'm going to leave it ready for next session. We do want to buy... Yeah, I wanted to do the liming, but you've got to chop once. It's 50% fertilised, so we need to buy that little 2,000 fertilizer. Ah, no, we're going to have to lease the... Yeah, we also need to buy some lime. Yeah, again, this is what I'm trying to say. You go on... Perhaps the earnings you would have done, we would have been able to afford a field, but we're right at 26,986. And we've only got the one field still, and it's going to be April, May, June, July by the time that you get your first income of about 12,000. So even if we didn't spend anything, we got fully equipped, so it's 26, 36, 38,000. It's only half of that field. So again, this is what I'm trying to say. We might at the end of this year be able to afford one of those reasonably priced fields, or maybe halfway through the year. So I'm already set back on what I used to do, all because of the economy. That's the impact it has on you, because we're half of what we would be normally. So yeah, we can't really afford another tractor or anything like that. It's all going to be I think really leasing the cheapest possible seeder to do our second field. And that also, the other thing is, it's going to be halfway through the year, literally, that these are, yeah, that's cultivated. So if we bought it right now, do we go out on a limb with a loan? That's what I'm saying. Well, it's cultivated for 58. Yeah, but yeah, and I hate this, but you do sometimes. It is true. I've always said it's a calculated risk, but you've got a loan then, and it's going to be like for more than 20,000, because you've also got to put into that leasing the seeder. How much would it be to lease a seeder? And have we got any seeds left from that first time? I think we have, haven't we? They're kicking around either at the shop or over here. Let's do a little bit of, because we do know that it doesn't take much to seed. And while I'm talking, that farmer's going to do his field, I know. But let's just go on this, because if we do it all ourselves, which I've got to be honest, the workers did not impress me. Like, yeah, with that, we also need to lease that. We might have to just have that for this time as it is. So that is a fertilizer, is it not? No seeds. No, it is solid fertilizer. 470. Have we not got any seeds left? Oh, did I send it back with the seeds in it? Did I do that? Oh, silly, silly man. Right, okay, let's have a look, because you can see the little dots on your... No, that's, yeah. I don't like that, although it's a good idea. Yeah, you can hit reset to it. Yeah, so it looks very much like we'd have to buy a tub of seeds, whether we used it all or... I must have sent the seeder back with it in and forgot to eject it, which is typical of me. I don't normally do that, but yeah, I could have been tired that session, so therefore it was a mistake. So we need to buy some seeds. If we sort of do that and then see what we need, if I'm doing all the work... The other thing is, how badly damaged are you? 40%, so you're 60%, so you could probably just about manage it. So then, let's do it. Let's get the leasing done now. Let's go out on a limb. It can have horrible consequences. That is the only thing I am going to say. Yeah, so we want a seeder. I'm going to lease the absolutes just about cost. That's all we're going on. 39,005, 3 metre. Yeah, so that one, how is it? Just seeds, I'd imagine. Seeds, 900 litres. That would be enough, yeah. We also need to grab a... It's cultivated. No, that's what I was thinking. Right, let's just check that the field is still available and it's still cultivated. Because that's the disorder. Oh, needs ploughing. So that means we've got to subsoil it. But it is still cultivated. Right, okay, in that case, let's go for it. Yeah, let's get some... so we need, first of all, to go to finances. Let's buy the field first before it disappears. And, like, yeah... Statistics. Finances borrow. We're 26. 31. It is, it's slow. I'm going to say, I knew I'd done it. Oh, that is really, really slow. One more. And that's the field. And then one more. And that's our slush money. So we've got a loan of 25,000. Right, let's grab that. And is that enough? We might have to borrow another. That's the one thing I am by. Oh, it's 51. We need another 5,000. Right, so 30,000. Right, okay, now we need to lease the planter. And 900 litres will do nicely, yes. And we also need to lease a... Oh, that's because I'm in Cedars, you Wally. Yes, I was going to say, I can't get out of the Cedars. I think it's higher. We want subsoilers, and can we afford to lease this? I would have thought so. I would have thought this was another 1,007 or something like that. Oh, even less. Okay, fantastic. Right, brilliant. Now we're going to set the worker going, and I'm going to follow. So we've got 3,001 worker wages. Next session we're going to hit that. Let's get everybody over there right now. Yeah, because this is a completely different sort of thing. Seeds. I believe we're going to need some seeds. We just said that. So, right, we didn't buy them when we was in the Cedars section. Yeah, and that is just goes to show how tight things are. Right, okay, so you are best for the subsoiler. That is true. Let's drop that off. Yeah, the one ace card we have got is obviously the generator will generate a little bit, but again, you can't rely on it. It can be as little as a couple of grand. It's just enough to get you out of trouble, guaranteed to get you out of trouble. That's all it is. Right, so then let's set this going quickly, or no, not set it going. I know, yeah, this is a trouble. I get started, but let's just prep. That is important. Catch-ups is, yeah, this is the right way. Yeah, the catch-ups are, I don't know what they're for, whether you can stick something else on it, whether you can put a cedar on. Oh, that's a point. Never tried that. Oh my life. All of these, oh, yeah, you say that, but it's 4 metre. You'd only work with 4 metre equipment. How big is this? Well, it does go to show. I did seriously, I've always thought, why has that got catch-ups? Because obviously you PTOs from the... So how big is the... No, we know how big that is. That's 4 metres. How big is the horse? 3 metres. So if we'd have done that with a 4 metre, that would have worked. We will take them both over, though. That's... Oh, we... No, we're gripping the floor still. It's a heavy enough tractor just... to actually do this. Right, so actually it is probably best for us to, yeah, so we'll set this going, and the, oh yeah, that's a point actually. Yeah, I'm glad that did that. We are going to need to fill it with seeds. I would say that was probably a, oh, that might actually tip me over the edge. Looks a bit precarious, but I've got to be honest. Right, we want to put this on grass. I don't want any mistakes like I've done in the past. Oh, now I was right. Yeah, it's tipping me over. It is. Oh, we're not very far away. Oh. Oh, that's going to be fun to put in. Right, we have got a couple of minutes while we actually get this ready, so why don't we set it? Really, it's not very far. I've never had this field. Right, let's grab the other one. We're going to stop it straight away. But the other thing is, if you set a worker going, it actually carries on working next session. So it's not a bad thing. I like that. That is a very good sort of thing that I like. That I think the Giants have done really well. It's a real cool feature. It looks quite small and yet really is quite large. Right, so then let's get this ready. I know we're going to have to put up with stones. It is, yeah, sometimes again, it's that old English saying, it's Hobson's choice. It is, yeah. I did read up on this. It really is a figure who had things really difficult. Hobson's choice, the saying, it is based upon, right, lower it. I'm going to have to like sort of sneak in. Yeah, it really was someone who had things really difficult. So, yeah, that's really what it means. Let's raise that up. And we are going to literally pop out. Yeah, am I going to do the... No, we're going to give it a little bit, get the middle done. So, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you can stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.